This meeting room in the south end zone is where the Gator special teams meet during the week. It has been the home and the starting point for some of today's frontline players like Louis Murphy.
That's what your first thought is coming in as a true freshman. You know, you just want to make your mark, you know, be a part of the team, you know, play on special teams. And that's a big thing because my emphasis is making your mark on special teams, you know, and that's a big part of the game. So that's what I tried to do.
Louis is what you want in a player. I mean, Louis is the programmer's player. You know, he came in, highly recruited freshman, comes in, learns the system, works his way up, becomes a special team standout. Continues that, then all of a sudden, once he really gets the offense down and has his skill sets down, develops and blossoms as a wide receiver. I mean, he's a guy that's really taking advantage of the program, and as coaches, that's what you want a guy career to look like.
Louis Murphy went from no catches as a freshman to the 37 he caught as a junior, which included 5 touchdowns. It was a season where he saw his growth as a player.
I felt I contributed more and learned a lot more, and my route running, coach's emphasis on route running, and I just try to critique that every day, you know, coming in and out of breaks, you know, catching the ball, keeping your eye on the ball, and that's what I felt I got better at.
His strengths are, one, his size and his speed, because he's just a great athlete. So he can run by you and make the big play, but he's also become a very smart receiver now, and he knows coverages, he knows how to get open, he knows how to break off routes to where he can, you know, get in the zone and make the big catch.
And coming into his senior year, Murphy wanted to expand his game and effectiveness at wide receiver.
When I catch the ball, making something happen, you know, after the catch, you know, being explosive with the ball, you know. You see Percy get the ball, you see Rainey get the ball, and you see when they get the ball, they have that explosiveness, you know, and that's what I want to work on. I have the long stride and to go deep, but, you know, if I catch a short pass, well, I'll be able to make somebody miss and go long.
There is one constant with all the wide receivers at Florida, and it doesn't matter the size or speed.
That's our key thing, you know, blocking the perimeter. You know, that was the main goal going into playing Ohio State. It wasn't catching the ball, it wasn't running route, it was can the receivers block the perimeter. That was our goal, you know, and that's what Coach Meyer hangs his hat on, you know, physical receivers that could block, you know, because once the run game is established, the passing game is established.
As a senior captain on this team, Louis Murphy takes that role seriously, especially when it comes to the practice field.
We need each and every day. We need every practice. We need every snap to get better. So, you know, just to keep everybody on task and focus on the goal at hand. That's what we have to do, and that's my job, you know, to make sure we don't have any negative chemistry, make sure that everybody's coming out with their lunch pail and ready to work.
In the case of Louis Murphy, he's one guy who practices what he preaches. For Inside Gator Football, I'm Steve Babick. The Gators' defensive success is contingent upon a team effort, but there is a center point where you find the unit's heart and soul. It all begins with the man in the middle.
Anytime you look at a defense and you look at a great defense, you have to have a great player down the middle. And Brandon Spikes is that player down the middle for us.
Brandon Spikes is in his 3rd year of Florida football, 2nd season starting at the middle linebacker position. But this is his 1st year truly understanding his role and value as the leader of the Gator defense.
If I come out to practice and I'm dead, you know, I got a dope look, stuff like that, we're going to have a bad practice. But if I come out with high energy, you know, the smile on my face, ready to get better, ready to get other guys around me better, we're going to have a great day at practice, you know, and that carries on to the game field on Saturday. I feel like I can come out and get guys to play over their ability, you know, if I'm just, you know, roaming around, flying around with passion and making plays, you know, and I feel like they need to make plays too. So definitely I think it's to make other guys better.
Defensive coordinator Charlie Strong is also Brandon's position coach. He relies on Spikes to be the leader, playmaker, the face of the Florida defense.
He is the glue of our defense. He is the strength of our defense. He is the energy of our defense. As Brandon Spikes goes, our defense will go. And he has accepted that responsibility. It took him a while he didn't want it just because, you know, a lot of times you say a young man's a leader, then he wants to step out. He didn't feel like, hey, coach, I'm not quite ready for that. But now that everybody kind of looks to him and he knows that, hey, as I go, this defense goes, now he's ready and he's willing to accept that role.
Number 51 likes to play fast and physical, and he has the size and speed to do that from his middle linebacker position. But for him, the best have that one needed quality.
Instincts. You definitely got to have instincts. You know, if you don't recognize stuff or see it before it happens, you'll be a step behind. You know, on this level, in this conference, you know, if you're a step behind, you beat. You know, athletes all over the place, just fast and extremely strong and big. You know, if you're a step behind, you'll miss the play. So you definitely got to have instincts.
His play, performance, and production tell you he's one of the best in the country. His smile tells you he's happy being a middle linebacker.
I think it's the best position on the field because you're the quarterback and you get to hit people, you can cover people. You know, you make plays all over the field, so I think it's the best position on the defense.
And one other reason you can tell he's really into the middle linebacker thing, he picked number 51 because he liked Dick Butkus. For Inside Gator Football, I'm Steve Babick. In 2 years of Florida football, Tim Tebow has experienced a conference championship, a national championship, and winning the Heisman Trophy. Now it's on to year 3, and he still wants to add more to his resume as starting quarterback. In his first year as Florida's starting quarterback, Tim Tebow became the first sophomore ever to win the Heisman Trophy. He has learned to realize the impact of that award, getting ready for 2008.
You realize that you will forever be known as the 2007 Heisman Trophy winner. That always precedes your name when people introduce you. And so you never really think about how big it is. You think about, yeah, it'll be great for that year, but that's going to be with you the rest of your life.
Now it's back to work, and Tim is trying to put what he learned last year into becoming a better quarterback.
Sometimes, you just got to force yourself, okay, here's the drop, that's all you're going to do. You're not going to make a play, you're going to sit there and be just a quarterback. And then sometimes you got to also be an athlete with that. But it's sometimes just working out fundamentals and trying to practice them to perfection.
When you have the ability to be a playmaker and improvise the way he does, there's a fine line to when to improvise, when to just manage and let's just get rid of the ball and play the next play. There's development in that, and then there's just judgment and experience that comes with it.
But Tim Tebow knows what makes him different at that position and the instincts that tell him to run.
I think you got to be cautious, and sometimes, watch what you're doing. Maybe not have to hit somebody and fight for 2 more extra yards. Maybe get down or get out of bounds. And so you got to be smart with it. But then again, you can't play like you're someone else. You can't play like someone who doesn't like to be physical or someone that doesn't like to run around to be an athlete. So I think that's a huge part of my game.
Now, when you watch Tim Tebow play, do you ever wonder why he wears the number 15? Here are just a few things about him you may not know.
I think that number found me. In high school, I was number 5, and I wanted to be number 5, but Bubba had number 5, and so I was looking at the numbers that I could have, and I saw 15. So I said, hey, I'll take 5. Just throw a 1 in the front of it, and so it's worked out good for me so far. 1, I like Frank Sinatra. That's old school. Not a lot of people listen to him. 2, I like quiche. Not a lot of guys like quiche. If you ask the guys on the team right now, I bet maybe 10% would know what quiche is.
Well, start spreading the news. This quiche-loving quarterback is looking to play better than he did in 2007. For Inside Gator Football, I'm Steve Babick.